What's up world, LW Autohead here, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do throttle body service. Alright guys, so to get to the throttle body you have to take out the air box. Already unclipped. It has 3 clips on this car. This is a 2003 Hyundai Santa Fe 2.7 liter. You have to disconnect the air sensor. You have to disconnect that, and then you have to take this screw off, unscrew this, disconnect these 2 connectors, and then there's like 4 bolts on here you have to disconnect. You have to unscrew, and there's some lines under here you're gonna have to disconnect. So what you're gonna need is a gasket sealer. You're gonna need this. Yeah, you're gonna need that. And then you're gonna need either 14 millimeter or 12. This is 12. 14 millimeter socket or 12. I'm not sure which one. And you're gonna also need a 10 millimeter right here on this 10 millimeter socket. And you will need, of course, the new gasket, ratchet, and you can use a electric ratchet. This is a Milwaukee electric ratchet. You're also gonna need the throttle body cleaner, curb and throttle body cleaner, velvet line, and you will need pliers. I have 3 kinds, but you will need one of them, and rag. You need a rag to clean it out. Spray the rag with the curb cleaner. Alright, so with that said, gonna get into it. Removing all this stuff in the way to get to the throttle body. You also need, forgot to mention, you also need a Phillips screwdriver to take this out, or you could use a socket. I think it's a 6 millimeter socket. You could use that too. I'm not sure. Could be a 10. Alright, so it's a 10 millimeter for this screw right here. The air duct, it's a 10 millimeter. I already disconnected this, like I already said, and gotta unclip these, and then after you do that, there is some right here, one hose right here. You have to disconnect this hole, and then you can pull this whole thing out. It comes out like that. Yeah, it's kind of dark right now, so I'll be waving the flashlight. This is dark trying to do this, but you'll get to see what I'm doing. After that, you have to take this out. There's a clip on this connector, and just pull it out with your hand, or you can use a flathead screwdriver. Put it somewhere you're not gonna forget. Disconnect it. Pull this one out too. Sometimes it's harder than it looks. I'm gonna need a flathead screwdriver for that. Or I could just use the plier. Use the plier and pull it out. Yep. So like this. Put it somewhere you're not gonna forget. Like I already said. Disconnect that. There's 2 hoses right here. One is coolant, the other is air, feeds to the throttle body. But you're gonna need a plier to take these off. So I have a plier already. This is a 90-degree plier. You can use any kind of plier that you have, but pretty much you want to just squeeze this. I'll show you guys this in my other videos. So it's the same way. Gonna squeeze it down. You need to use a different plier.
Yep.
It's kind of tough, but this lower down. It's cooling the hose with it. As you can see, it's cooling just came out of there. You can put it out and then put it somewhere facing up so it doesn't spill all the coolant. Put it somewhere it's not going to be spilling coolant. And then there's one more you got to take out. It's right here. It's tight space, so you have to fit in there somehow. Once you clamp on the clamp, once you get on it, you just pull the hose down. I took this off before and I sprayed it with WD-40, so it should be easy to come off. First, it was really hard taking it off. All right, it came out. You have to use a little bit of strength to take it out, but you can get it out. After that, there's this hose right here. You don't have to take this hose out because it's you can flex it, so you can just, after you take out the screws, you can flex it with the throttle body to get it out. But these are small, these are shorter, so you really can't do that with these. And you have to take it out this way on top of the manifold, not below. So that's why you gotta take these off. All right, gotta take this screw, this nut right here off, this long bolt right here, and then there's one under here, and then there's one under there too. I gotta take off, and then the throttle body will come out. Also, this hose right here, you can move this hose clamping right here up. Move that. It's the same for every car. So just take out the air box and get to the throttle body and then take that out. But there will be things in your way, of course, that you gotta undo first before you get to the throttle body. So now we get to the fun part. So this should be 10 millimeter. All right, I guess it's not, but it's one of these, either 12 or 14, I'm not sure. It's 12, so it's a 12 socket you have to use. So I'm going to take the 10 millimeter out. Put the 12 on here. Take it out. You can use a ratchet, but I'm just using a gun, impact wrench gun to take this off. But you can use, this is a lot faster. Well, you can use a ratchet if you want. It's just going to be slower. Alright, stuck on there. Alright, so it's a deep socket, so the deep socket made it too long. So you could use a short 14 if you have one. I do, but I'm not going to go get it right now. But and the bolt just comes out once you unscrew it. It's a long bolt right here. It just comes out, and then you still have this right here, and then there's two more underneath. So I'll be taking those out. So, yep, that's the nut that came off. It has a washer, so watch out for the washer. Make sure you keep it with it so you don't lose it. And then there's two more underneath that might be a little hard to get to because they're all the way underneath there. So I got a ratchet and a socket and extension to take this bolt off underneath here. It's a 14, so I mean a 12 millimeter socket. Alright, or there. So use the socket with the ratchet to take it off because my gun cannot reach in there. Just tight up the space. I'm just gonna use this to take it off. Once you get it off enough, you can use your hand the rest of the way. It's actually a nut with the washer, so watch out for that. Like I already said, you don't want to lose it. You have to put it back the same way that you took it off. You don't want to lose anything. This is it right here, just like the other one. And then there's one more behind here. You just probably have to get a feel on this. You have to feel this one. You won't be able to see it. And get the socket on there to take it out. Just when you've taken it off enough, then you can take it out. You just want to watch out. This might be a nut with a washer. I'm not sure. Took it off last time. I'm taking it off with my hand now. So this is just all by feeling, because you cannot really see it unless you have a mirror. Yeah. Alright, so it's a bolt. It's a bolt, so with the washer. So that goes right there. So once you take out these bolts, you can just pretty much just take off the throttle. Just push it all the way off with your hand. Might be a little tough, but just use both hands, push it off, and it comes right off. So this is the gasket right here. Make sure it's the same as the one that you bought. So this one looks like it's the same, because I did search it for this car. Looks like the same. So that's the new one. It's the old one. I think this is where my problem is with the leak, because as soon as I cleaned this out last time, this was already ripped like this. So it's a bad old gasket. This car has, it just crumbled in my hand. This car has 188,000. So everything is pretty much old on it. So once you do that, you might want to clean the surface or wipe it off. You can wipe it off or clean it. Doesn't really matter. You can use brake cleaner to clean it off, or you can use this is 1,000 grade sandpaper. So you can use that. It's really fine sandpaper. Use that to clean off the surface really well. Because you're gonna put a new gasket on it, so clean the surface with that. You don't want to use too grady of a sandpaper. You can use a really fine 1,000 grade sandpaper. So this is aluminum right here, and you don't want to distort it. You don't want to distort it. So once this is coming off, all right. It looks pretty good. So like I said, it's throttle body service. So at my job, they do throttle body service. We do it every 30,000 mileage. We clean the throttle body out. So pretty much all that they do, even though it might sound complicated, all we do is grab curb cleaner. This, you could use this, or you could use CRV throttle body cleaner. Air intake cleaner, you can use that too, but I'm gonna use this for demonstration. It's the same thing, it does the same. You just spray it on the rag and clean it out, clean the inside like that. That's pretty much what they do. This is they call this the butterfly flat right here. because it opens and closes. So I already really cleaned it, so I'm not gonna clean the other side. But what you would do is to get on the other side of this, because it's not, this is electronic, so it's not good to do what I'm doing, but I'm just doing it for demonstration purposes, and this car has a lot of high mileage. What you want to do is put something on the gas pedal in the car, and it's going to open this all the way up. You want to put something on there, like you can put like a anything you have to put on there. It can be like an extension, long extension, or like a pipe. You can put that on there to open this up, and then it's going to open all the way up, and then you want to clean it like that, because you don't want to be doing it with your hand because it's electronic. So anyways, so that's what the throttle body service is. You just clean it out and then we put it back. That's pretty much what we do. So after that, I'm gonna put the gasket there now, and then so this is the new gasket. And I'll just be using this sealer around it so you can seal a lot tighter. Just gonna use a little bit of this. You don't really have to use this, but I'm just doing this so it really sticks on there. But if you changing the valve cover gasket, which is this right here, valve cover, there's two valve covers, a V6. If you're changing those, you have to use this, but you have to use red RTV. This is black RTV sealer. You have to use the red one because it's more high temperature. So just put a little bit on there. You don't need to put too much. And then you want to put this the same way that it matches with the surface of the engine of the place that it goes. So yeah, mash it up exactly how it's supposed to be there, like this. So just like this, exactly how it goes. Alright, and once you put it there like that, clean any residue from the sealer. You want to clean that off so it doesn't interfere with the air being sucked in the manifold for the throttle body. So you basically clean this because it helps with rough idle, hesitation on the car, and it helps with all of that. Good, makes the car run better, starts the car a lot easier. So after you do that side, you want to put some on this side too. On the you can put it on the sealer, or you can put it on the throttle body. I'm just gonna put it on the sealer. Put it around the bolts, the area the bolt is gonna go. This is just so it seals a lot better. Like this. All right. So that's it. I'm going to be putting it back. So that's what a throttle body service is. The dealers will charge you a lot just to do this, so you can do it yourself. Save yourself a lot of money and maybe time driving to the dealers. This basically, this is what they do. So putting this back, same way you took it off. Same way you put it back. Just align the bolt with the hose. Just align everything up. It goes back just like this. You put the long bolt in there. Put this one there. You want to tighten it with your hand first before you use anything. I'm going to use a ratchet. I'm not going to use the impact on this one because I don't want to tighten it way too much. So I'm going to use a ratchet. I'm not going to torque it, by the way. not gonna do that. I don't know what the torque spec is, so I'm not gonna do that. But like I say, you want to remember all your bolts. Put this back like that. Put this back. Remember where all the bolts came from. This one came from underneath here with the washer. Remember, that's on there. You want to put everything back with your hand just in case you have to move anything around. You don't want to tighten them. You don't want to tighten one bolt right away. So you want to just do it with your hand first. You can use a socket with an extension underneath here. Alright, so use the extension of the ratchet, tighten it up all the way, make sure it's tight. I don't have the torque spec, so I'm not going to torque it, but just hand tighten them, should be good. You can hand tighten them crisscross if you want. I already tightened them up, but you can go ahead, take your time, tighten them up. And that should be it, guys. Everything else is the reverse of how you took it off, like putting this back. Make sure you got the clips and putting them back with it, so you don't forget that. Put the air box back, clamp it, make sure you don't forget anything. So that's it for this video. Yeah, thank you to my girlfriend. She's the camera lady. She has her own YouTube. But what's your YouTube channel name?
My name in YouTube channel is just Nai. You can look for it, and I have TikTok too, so it's just Nai 0812. So you can look at me.
Yeah, so yeah, you can check her out. She have good stuff on her YouTube. Look her up. But if you guys have any questions about this, comment, like, share,
subscribe, and turn on the notification.
Yeah, turn on click that bell.
And so that's it. Have fun, guys. I hope you like this video. Bye.
Bye bye.